What is phonics and why it is important? This question always comes in our mind, right? Hello, I'm Josna Kulkarni, teacher training expert, helping pre-primary and primary teachers to make language learning more fun and engaging with systematic phonics and grammar aligned with science of reading. So yes, this question always comes that we have learned without phonics, but we are still speaking good English. We are able to do that so well. Then why phonics is important and why we are making them kids learn so much? Why the school is creating that buzz of phonics and all? But dear parents and teachers, we know that there is a way of teaching everything, and most of the teachers might be knowing about this, but not the exact detail at why phonics is needed. If you have heard about science of reading, this is a board, okay? It's a body of neurophysicists, then literacy specialists, the children specialists, those who are working with the brains of these kids. And 40 years before this body has been made, with all the experts in their fields, and they have seen that how the reading happens, how the language learning happens with the child, okay? And when the child is able to start read, write later. So we have 5 foundational pillars of that, okay? So which are the 5 foundation pillars? The first one is phonemic awareness, then we have phonics, then we have the fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension happens, okay? These are the 5 pillars of making the kids read, okay? Because how reading will happen? When the child is able to decode the word given, okay, to them to read and understand the meaning also. There comes the understanding of that reading is happening actually. When the child is able to read on their own that word and understand what does that word mean. Like if there is a sentence, the cat sat on the mat, okay, and the child is able to read it well, okay, with some or the other help if they need, we can surely do that. But is the child able to understand what has been said in the sentence? If yes, the reading is happening because the child is able to read on their own, the child is able to understand what is being said, okay? So with these foundational pillars, one important pillar is phonics, okay? Now phonemic awareness, the first one, it deals with oral blending, oral sounds, okay, making the child be comfortable with sound awareness, okay? If the name suggests phonemic awareness, that means sound awareness. But in phonics, what are we doing? We are making that saying sounds, everything orally, we are connecting that to the print, okay? That means now we are teaching them this a sound, that is apple, is starting with this sound, that is a, which looks like this, okay? That is a, okay? How the same way we are going to teach them all letters, different combinations of sounds. But then in phonics, what is there? Now in phonics, we are making them learn about these sounds, relating these sounds to the print, okay? And they are able to understand what does that a sound, what does that a sound, what does that b, what is that d, okay? As if you see in India, we have Hindi very easily picked up because the name and the sound of the letters in Hindi are same, okay? K, kh, they are saying the same sound as their names, but that's not the case in English. We are having different names and the sounds are different, which are mostly used while reading. So when we are teaching them names, we have to make sure that the later on when we are relating with the sound, they should be clear with sounds because the sounds will be used for reading. And phonics takes that only, okay? Phonics is helping us, and systematic phonics is very much important. So basically the phonics, you can say there are different types of phonics coming since many years. So the best one, which is really going well everywhere, is synthetic phonics, okay? Where the sounds are, there are groups given of 42 sounds. There are 26 letters in the alphabet, but the combination of vowels and many letters, okay, consonants, we are having 42 sounds there, which creates the base of the language. So if they know all these sounds and they are able to write, they are able to write and read any word, okay? So somehow we are little bit changing it and tweaking it as per the need of our group in the class. Okay, some are going with family words blending, some are blending the sounds with the method which is the successive blending. Okay, there are different ways of doing that. Okay, so now what happens when we are using phonics system? We are having a systematic plan of going through this. Okay, that means you are going to make the child learn, because they have already known the sounds and all, they know the names also, but as we say that at home parents are teaching them ABCD, the names. They are also teaching them what is for A, like A for apple, B for ball, all these things are taught, but we are not stressing on sounds. So we are relating that speech to print connection. And if you know that the left side of brain works for sound and language reading and all these. So sounds are like, if you can say, there are different areas where these things are learned. Now if the sounds are learned here, the print part, the written part is learned here. So we need to create this connection. So we need to have repetitions, we need to follow systematic method, like we should be going ahead the sound, that is we are going ahead with the single sound, then double sound, then 3 letter, then 4 letter, then some special sounds. Okay, so that will be surely helping the kids. And if I could have got phonics when I was young, I would have really get hold of this language very soon at the young age, and I would have been more confident. Okay, at early age. So yes, phonics is important. So just make sure that you are having your lessons well planned through systematic phonics, and so that it will be very easy for the children to learn and get hold of the language, and they'll be comfortable in speaking and reading English around. See you then.